Hello everyone and welcome to this short Rollercoin update video. As you all will have noticed by yourself, without even a day of respite from the end of the previous one, the new Season 8 Metal Mayhem has just started, and it was immediately labeled by many, let's say everyone, as the worst season ever in Rollercoin. It's really like this? Let's find out together in this episode. If you don't know what a season is and how it works, if you are new to Rollercoin and you lack all the basic knowledge, I strongly recommend you to rewind the tape and follow the tutorial on this channel or other YouTubers you prefer, to avoid unnecessarily wasting a lot of time and probably also money. Even before the launch of the new season, the last important change introduced on Rollercoins was the one related to the merge. In particular, all the formulas for merging miners have been redefined, with the explicitly stated aim of wanting to counter the uncontrolled growth of network power. As I have already had the opportunity to comment in previous videos, not only did this thing seem senseless to me from the beginning, but now after a few weeks we can observe the results. Unfortunately, network power continues to grow at an increasingly rapid pace. With this trend we will reach 500k very soon, perhaps already within this month. By the end of the year we will be over 1 million exahash. Even in the marketplace, things haven't improved. All in all, the prices of the components have not changed significantly. On the contrary, large quantities are accumulating which remain unsold. This means only one thing, which was largely predictable. People quite simply aren't using merge anymore, and under these conditions it is doomed to die. As you can also see from my mining farm, I myself am deliberately keeping my miners in their original condition, as it is certainly cheaper than doing the merge. Personally, I've never been an enthusiast of the merge. It's one of the main culprits for the explosion of network power, but under these conditions it's really inconvenient. We all hope that the Rollercoin team revises the rules further because in my opinion the last intervention was very ineffective. And now we come to today's main topic, or the new Season 8. Let's start with the concept, the world of engines and racing cars. Personally, I find it very beautiful and captivating. The pixel art graphics, the colors, and in general the graphic interface of Rollercoin have always been its strong point. Rollercoin is a nice game also because it's nice to see, and that counts. Instead, let's see what the rewards are for this season. Broadly speaking, we can highlight the similarities and differences compared to the previous season. The quantity of RLT and RST tokens is considerably smaller. The format of collecting 4 miners of the same type throughout the season was maintained, with the aim of merging at the end to obtain 4 rare level miners. Too bad that, as we have just seen, the cost for the merge has become unthinkable, so the value of these rewards is much reduced compared to appearances. For the rest there are trophies and hats, things that I always like a lot but which for practical purposes do not guarantee you any real benefit. They are only aesthetic embellishments. There isn't a new skin, and this saddens me a bit because even if they are useless as trophies and hats, they still give a bit of color and variety to the game. There are always 60 levels to complete and the time available is around 100 days. Which are many, so it doesn't make much sense to make further predictions today. So to recap, from the point of view of the rewards we have to register a slight deterioration. The real issue that has sparked the ire of the players is represented by the changes introduced in the daily quests. We can see that 2 quests refer to the tasks that we have already dealt with in depth previously. Apart from users who really can't access the tasks, which are therefore excluded regardless, this second quest in particular is very difficult to complete. Don't be fooled by my case today where you see it completed. It was an exceptional event and it's truly the first time. I've normally never been able to complete it before. Lately, it is becoming really impossible to even access the surveys that were previously available at least once in a while. The following missions have remained more or less unchanged. Invite a friend is simply impossible to complete every day unless you cheat. Say what you will, I find it impossible for someone to get an affiliate every day. I don't believe it. The game is full of fake accounts, as we saw in the last video, also thanks to these real incentives to cheat. Unfortunately, it's a real shame. The following mission is the one that pissed off the players the most. The original mission, to open any box, has been replaced with the specific requirement to open a box of RLTs. In other words, to complete this 15-point mission, you must spend at least 5 RLTs every day, which is the minimum amount to gamble and open the cheapest box. Multiply this by the 100 days of duration of the season and you will realize that for this mission alone you will have to spend the equivalent of $500. The mission of the 15 RLTs was already there previously. The fact is that the last one has also been modified, which in fact now requires 10 daily quests to be completed, which makes it very, very difficult to be able to collect a good number of points every day. Of course, you know that on this channel we talk exclusively about free-to-play players. If you are a person who likes to spend money or you simply can afford it, you will have no problems, and you probably don't need my videos. To all these changes introduced by the new season, but not only, as we have seen, there is also another factor that I consider very significant. In recent days, probably as a result of all these recent interventions, the site is experiencing a worrying and growing state of stress, to the point that in some moments of the day it is practically impossible to play. What you are seeing, for example, is a gameplay moment from last night, when the game was online for several hours but completely unusable. And the problem was reported by many users from different parts of the world. It wasn't located in Italy. This is also a real shame, especially because it was the last hours to conclude a progression event, and this prevented several users, myself included, from completing their journey and obtaining the expected rewards. To conclude this short update, let's try to answer the initial question: is Season 8 really the worst to date? And more generally, should we worry about the degradation we are witnessing? In my opinion, we need to make a more extensive discussion. The reality is that Rollercoin is changing. It's not just the season, but we've seen that more or less in different points the rules are changed. The network power will explode. There is nothing you can really do, unless the Rollercoin team wants to. This event is inevitable. To stay afloat today, it will seem like you have to spend a lot of money, but as always it depends on what your goals are. Are you looking for a way to get rich quickly and effortlessly? This game is not for you. Go back to watch the episodes of my tutorial, because you probably didn't follow them carefully. If, on the other hand, you think Rollercoin is a game, these rule changes won't matter much. A free-to-play player will certainly have more difficulties than before, but this does not mean that it is not any more possible to continue enjoying this game, which, in my opinion, continues to be the best on the web. And what do you think? Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has been helpful in some way. See you soon.